With the addition of Joe Pavelski and Perry, does the Stars have a chance at the Stanley Cup? Today I'm breaking it down for you. But just before, as always, we're gonna open the pack. Good. Now let's open the pack. What? Okay. Alright, first off, Eric Johnson. Oh, we have a Young Guns, yes sir. Coming up, Christian Dvorak, Logan Couture, Pecorine, and it's a Maple Leafs guy, maybe? Travis Dermott. Okay, that's good. Alright, not pissed about this one. It's okay. I'm not the biggest Maple Leaf fan, but I know a lot of people are, so I'm probably going to sell this card pretty easily. Okay, I'm gonna protect the card as you should, always with the Young Guns. Well, you do what you want, but if you want to sell a card back, be sure to protect it before. All right. Good. Travis Dermott. Pretty cool. Next up, we have Patrick Kane. Oh, Tomas Tatar with the Canadiens now, with the Golden Knights. And lastly, David Backes. So that's it for the pack. A pretty good pack. A Young Gun card, not the worst one. So I'm happy with it. Alright, so first off, I'm gonna break down the first two lines. Maybe not in order, but just to have an idea of who's gonna be in the top 6. First off, we have Tyler Seguin, 1 point per game, A+ center. He's a real good center, elite center, that's for sure. At his right, we might see Alexander Radulov, who's like 30 years old, who played before with the Canadiens. Now he's playing 2-3 seasons with the Stars. He's at 1 point per game. I've seen him play in Montreal. He's really hungry. He wants to win. He wants the cup. And this guy has really he helps a lot his team. So he's probably gonna be a big part of their team this year. Next is obviously Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn had this 53 points in 78 games. A bit of a downturn in the last 2 years. Yeah. Next up, well, obviously we have Joe Pavelski. Joe Pavelski, 64 points in 75 games. He scored 38 goals, so he's almost a 40 goal scorer. He might play in the center line, play as a second center. I don't think he's gonna put either Ben or Pavelski on as a third line center. I mean, they're just too good not to have all of this ice time. And yeah. Next up, Perry, 10 points in 30 games last year. He could have a bounce back here if he comes back from his injury. And Perry already scored like 50 goals in one season. I know it's a long time ago. He won a Stanley Cup. He's in his 30s right now. He has a lot of experience, and we never know if the chemistry is gonna change with him and if he's gonna be good. But if he is good and plays at a decent level, he could be a good part of their team and help them a lot in multiple ways. And the last one, the 6th offensive player, is Roope Hintz. I'm not sure it's like a joker this spot because I really don't know. Same thing for Perry, we don't know yet. But I think Hintz is a 6'3" player guy, really big guy. He's really fast and has a good scoring ability, and could be a good part also of their team next year. We've seen him in the playoffs. He was second for the playoffs in points, so he was pretty good. Last year, 22 points in 58 games for the really good for the regular season. Sorry, you know, and if he plays with Seguin and Ben or Pavelski, he plays in the top 6, he's obviously gonna get a lot of points this year, but that's to see. So right now our top 6 looks really solid. We have already like 4 excellent players in these 2 lines, and then we have Perry and Hintz who can always help them out, support them out, and that's for sure. And the third line should be Cogliano, Faxa, Como, and the last is Janmark, Dickinson, and Gurianov. Gurianov is a first round pick by the Stars. I put him there because he's kind of the joker. We don't know if he's going to play with NHL or AHL yet. But this top 6 is really weak. I personally don't like him. Don't like this bottom 6. It's not super attractive. And you know, if we've seen previous teams won the cup, they have a lot of depth. You know, the third and fourth line of the Blues were good. Capitals also, and what to say about Penguins, they were amazing. You know, their third line was contributing a lot, and that's what they need. So yes, they have two really good lines, but if the third and fourth cannot come up to the plate, they're gonna fall short, just like Boston did. You know, Boston only had really 2 lines, the other were meh. And you know that if these guys don't produce, everyone is in the trouble. So yeah, that's a really good, really big alert for them, and they should maybe sign some player or trade to get a better bottom 6. Now let's go on the defensive side. We have Lindell at the left, 32 points last year. Young defenseman. The other guy's gonna be with him is probably Klingberg. Klingberg is really good. 45 points in 64 games. He's obviously their top defender, but he's also a young player. And next up, second line is gonna be maybe Heiskanen and Sekera. Now for Heiskanen, it's another really young. Last year was a rookie, I think. And he's a really young player. So 33 points in 82 games. And there we go with Sekera, 35 points in 80 games. But he got injured. This was in 16-17 season, and now he has injuries. So that's a really red alert for them. They need someone, a good solid guy there. If Sekera stays healthy, they're good. But if he's not, they might be in big trouble there, because you know, I'm not super confident about 3 young defensemen with lack of experience. I'm really not sure about it, and I would really like to see some older defensemen solidify this defensive unit. Next up is Jamie Oleksiak. He's a really big guy, 6'7", I think. He's also a young defenseman, but has a bit more experience than the others. He's a good defenseman. Yeah, that's it. And the other spot, the 6th defenseman, well, there's a lot of options. Fedun, Honka, Johns, and Polak. Polak has a more experience, but I think he was injured also last year. So, you know, that's something to consider. And yeah, so they really need better players and at the right side. Maybe not for Sekera. It depends if he's healthy or not. Now if we go with the goalers, Bishop has been outstanding last year. 934 of save and 1.98 goal on average against him. You know, that's an elite statistics for a goaler. He's really good at the top of his game, had a really good playoffs also, and you know, this guy is gonna help them. If he plays well, they have good chances to make the playoff and go even further. The second goaler is Kulibin. 923 he played last year for 2.49 goal on average. He's 35 years old, has a lot of experience, but it's an unsure case. We're not sure yet if it's going to be really good for their team. So if we compare the pros and the cons of the Stars right now, is that they have a really good strong top 6 with 4 elite or really good forward that have good experience. Pavelski, a lot of experience. Perry is not an elite guy, but he has experience also. Radulov is 30 years old. Same thing for Sergei and Ben. They have a lot of experience also. First off, if you want to win the Stanley Cup, you need to make it to the playoffs. And their division has Nashville in it, Winnipeg, and the Blues. Well, these three teams are probably sure to have a spot next year. Nashville lost Subban this year, but that's about it. He didn't have that much. He's a really good player, you know, but their team, he was not the guy who had the biggest impact for their team. Not like he's gonna have in New Jersey. I think he's gonna have a huge impact with the Devils, and that's why it's gonna impact him a little bit, but not that much. Winnipeg, they still have Kyle Connor and Patrick Laine as RFA. They need to sign them. They lost also Tyler Myers to the Vancouver Canucks. They also traded Jacob Trouba, so you know that's half of your defense is gone right there. Yeah, they have Neil Pionk to replace him, but he's not gonna do Jacob Trouba's job. You know, it's not the same level yet. So that will be interesting to see. And they really need to sign Laine and Kyle Connor. Now the Blues didn't make any moves. They have confidence right now, so it's a solid team. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be in the playoffs. Well, the rest is pretty weak. Except of these three teams, it's not so good. And the other conference in the West are not also super good. So having one of the two last spots is really possible for the Stars. I think it's gonna be no trouble for them. You know, last year they had 93 points and they were in the playoff. That's for the Western Conference. I think they had the first spot of the two teams like kept. There was them right there. And if we take the Eastern Conference, Montreal didn't make the playoff with 96 points. So Dallas had 3 points less. You can really see it's a much weaker division than the Eastern. Alright, let's go with the negative points of this team. As I said, not enough depth. Third and fourth line are weak. It's not enough. They're not big enough, or you know, they're just missing something. You cannot make it with these guys. Also, defensive position, they have a lot of injuries. So really watch out for this injuries. You know, I know you cannot do anything about it, but you know it can really decimate the team. And really, if there's a guy important in your team that gets injured, well, it's kind of bringing everyone down in the team. So really, if everyone is important is healthy next year, they're gonna be a playoff team. Almost sure. They have, you know, this team has been good for the last like 5 years, and you know it would be time for them to maybe play really high competitive, because you know one day Sergei, Radulov, Ben, all these guys are gonna leave and you're kind of gonna be in the trouble. So really they're in the window to win a cup right now, and I think they might have a chance if everyone is healthy and plays well, obviously. So yeah, that's it for my video. If you liked it, comment, share your thoughts with it. So thank you for watching.